Calling all crochet enthusiasts, today we are whipping up a tube top masterpiece. Think vibrant purple accented with 3 blooming roses, and the back a dance of lacy loops and whimsical green vines as straps. For this tutorial you'll need medium weight yarn, scissors, darning needle, measuring tape, 3.5 mm crochet hook. Subscribe for more creative crochet tutorials before we dive in. To begin, grab your yarn and wrap it around your finger twice. Begin by placing the first loop over the second, then take the second loop and position it over the initial loop. A knot forms below. Pull both yarn ends and viola. Take your crochet hook, insert it into the knot, and snugly pull the short tail to secure it. Moving on, let's create our foundationless half double crochet. Wrap the yarn around the hook, pulling it from the back to the front, and then draw it through the slip knot. A chain has formed. Once more, yarn over, pull the yarn from the back to the front of the crochet hook, and then draw it through the loop. Another chain has formed. Lastly, yarn over, pull the yarn through the loop, and the third chain has formed. Yarn over and insert your crochet hook into the first chain. Yarn over and pull the yarn through the chain. That leaves 3 loops on your crochet hook. Yarn over again and pull through the first loop only. A chain has formed. Yarn over once again and pull through all the 3 loops on your crochet hook. Once more, yarn over and go into the chain that formed on the side. Insert your crochet hook in the chain, and then pull the yarn through the chain. That leaves 3 loops on your crochet hook. Yarn over and pull through the first loop only. That will create a chain. Yarn over again and pull through all the 3 loops. Once again, yarn over and insert your crochet hook in the chain that formed on the side. Pull the yarn through the chain. That leaves 3 loops on your crochet hook. Yarn over and pull through the first loop only. That creates a chain. Yarn over once again and pull through all the 3 loops on your hook. Continue creating foundationless half double crochets until when draped over your chest, it encircles the fullest part of your bust, leaving a gap of approximately 4 to 5 inches in the center of the back. To begin the next row, chain 2 and turn your work. While the chain 2 serves as the turning chain, it doesn't count as the first stitch. In the first stitch, prepare for a half double crochet, yarn over, insert your crochet hook in the stitch, pull the yarn through the stitch, leaving 3 loops on your crochet hook, yarn over and pull through all the 3 loops. In the next stitch, prepare for a half double crochet, yarn over, insert your crochet hook in the second stitch, pull the yarn through the stitch, leaving 3 loops on your crochet hook, yarn over, pull through all loops. Complete 1 half double crochet in each stitch until you reach the end of this row, and I'll catch up with you here. Reaching the row's end, you may see what looks like 2 stitches, but remember this is part of the chain 3 created at the start, which doesn't count as a stitch. I'm executing the last half double crochet into the final stitch. To begin the next row, chain 2 and turn your work. The chain 2 doesn't count as the first stitch. prepare for a half double crochet in the first stitch. Go into the next stitch and prepare for a half double crochet. Make one half double crochet in every stitch until the end of this row, and I'll catch up with you here. I'm at the end of the row. I'm preparing for the last half double crochet in the final stitch. Repeat the preceding row until you achieve your desired length. I completed 27 rows and the top extends just above my navel. Adjust the number of rows according to your preference. To begin the side of the top, I'm going to chain 1, then into the first half double crochet space, I will insert my crochet hook into the space, pull the yarn, leaving 2 loops, yarn over, pull through both loops. At the intersections of the rows, I'll be creating a single crochet. In the next half double crochet space, I'll be creating a single crochet. In the next space, create a single crochet, and then at the intersections of the rows, create a single crochet. Continue repeating this pattern until the end of the row, and I'll catch up with you here. To begin the next row, chain 2 and turn your work. The chain 2 doesn't count as the first stitch. Yarn over and prepare for a half double crochet in the first stitch. Prepare for a half double crochet in the next stitch. Make one half double crochet in every stitch until the end of the row, and I'll catch up with you here. To begin the next row, chain 2 and turn your work. The chain 2 doesn't count as the first stitch. Yarn over and prepare for a half double crochet in the first stitch. Following chain 2, skip 2 stitches, 1, 2, and in the third stitch, make a half double crochet. Chain 2, skip 2 stitches, 1, 2, and in the third stitch, make a half double crochet. Continue with this pattern, I'll meet you here. Reaching the row's end, I've noticed 2 stitches instead of 3, not a problem. I'll chain 2 and complete my final half double crochet in the last stitch. Chain 1 and turn your work. In that space, create a single crochet. Then go into the space again and create another single crochet. On top of the half double crochet from the previous row, create a single crochet. In the next space, create 2 single crochets. That's my first one and that's my second single crochet. On top of the half double crochet from the previous row, create a single crochet. Repeat this pattern, we'll meet here. Chain 1 and cut off your yarn. Replicate the steps you've taken on this side to the other side as well. For the back strap, I created a lengthy foundation chain of 325, but feel free to adjust it based on your preference. I'm done making my foundation chain. In the second chain from the hook, I'm going to prepare for a slip stitch. Go into that chain, pull the yarn through both the chain and the loop. In the next chain, make a slip stitch, and you're going to make 1 slip stitch in every chain until the first chain that we've made, and I'll meet you here. Chain 1 and cut off your yarn. Let's crochet a rose flower to adorn our top. Notice the varying sizes. The central one is slightly larger and the two flanking it are a bit smaller yet identical. I've already crafted two and now I'll guide you through making the smaller version. The pattern remains the same, only the stitch count differs. I'll provide the stitch count for each size. To begin, make a slip knot. After chaining 31, add 6 more chains. 3 of them represent a double crochet and the remaining 3 form a 3 chain space. You'll understand shortly. Prepare for a double crochet in the 7th chain from the hook. So yarn over, insert your crochet hook in the 7th chain from the hook and make a double crochet. You can see a V design has formed. The first 3 chains count as a double crochet and the next 3 chains count as a chain 3 space. Yarn over and skip 2 chains and in the 3rd chain prepare for a double crochet. Following, you're going to chain 3 and then in the same chain you're going to make a double crochet. Yarn over, skip 2 chains and in the 3rd chain make a double crochet, and then you're going to chain 3 and in the same chain make another double crochet. Continue with this pattern until the end of this row and I'll catch up with you here. I'm at the end of the row and I have 1 more V-stitch left. I'm going to skip 2 chains and in the 3rd chain I'm going to prepare for a double crochet. Following, I'm going to chain 3 and in the same chain stitch I'm going to insert my crochet hook and make my last double crochet. Following, you're going to chain 3 and turn your work. The chain 3 counts as the first stitch. In the first V-stitch, make 5 double crochets. There is a gap between the V-shaped stitches. Make 1 single crochet in that gap. In the next V-stitch, make 6 double crochets. In the gap between the V-shaped stitches, make a single crochet in that gap. For the upcoming V-shaped stitches, except the final 2, you'll be crocheting 8 double crochets instead of 6. So in the next V-shaped stitches, you're going to make 8 double crochets in each V-shaped stitch until you're left with 2 V stitches, and I'll meet you when you're left with 2 V-shaped stitches. At the row's end, for the last 2 V-shaped stitches, you'll be crafting 10 double crochets in each. make a single crochet in the gap between the V-shaped stitches. In the last V-shaped stitch, make 10 double crochets. Chain 1, then cut off your yarn, leaving a long tail for sewing purposes. To craft the flower shape through rolling, commence at the location with 6 double crochets, roll it tightly, and by consistently rolling, the flower shape will naturally emerge. Now prepare to stitch this by turning it down. Thread the needle with yarn. The stitches don't have to be meticulously neat. They can be random. Ensure to pass the needle through all the layers, stitching everything together. Aim to go through each layer. You may need to repeat the process a few more times until you feel confident with the stitching. Verify that it has penetrated through all layers. If everything appears satisfactory, refrain from weaving in or cutting off the yarn. We still need it for the upcoming stitching on the top. I stitched it on the top in a random pattern. There is no specific formula. Just ensure to pass the needle through both the bottom and top of the flower. Put on the top to figure out the ideal placement for the straps. Position stitch markers at the desired locations for the straps. Measure the section where the straps will be placed to get an accurate understanding of the number of stitches required for crafting the straps. Insert your crochet hook where you placed your stitch marker. Following, make 10 chains. Chain an additional 5. This is going to make the leaf. Following, make 1 treble double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook. Wrap the yarn around your crochet hook twice, and then in the 4th chain from the hook, insert your crochet hook and prepare for a treble crochet. Make 1 more treble crochet in the same stitch. Following, make a chain 3 picot. Make 1 treble crochet in the same stitch. chain 3 and slip stitch in the same stitch. Slip stitch into the next chain. Following, chain 10, chain 5 to make a leaf, prepare for a treble crochet in the 4th chain from the hook. Prepare for another treble crochet in the same stitch. Make a chain 3 picot. In the same stitch, prepare for a treble crochet. Chain 3 and slip stitch in the same stitch. Slip stitch in the next chain. I'll continue repeating the pattern to add more leaves till when I stretch it, it yields a length of 14 inches. Slip stitch where you put your stitch marker to connect to the back of the top, then chain 1 and make a single crochet in the next stitch. Slip stitch over the next 6 chains. Following, chain 5 to make the next leaf. Make the leaf on the 4th chain from the hook. Prepare for a treble crochet in the 4th chain from the hook. Make another treble crochet in the same stitch. Make a chain 3 picot. In the same chain stitch, make a treble crochet. Chain 3, slip stitch in the same stitch. In the next stitch, make a slip stitch. Like and subscribe to let me know you want more videos like this one, and follow me on social media at Not Kisses.